You know, every time an American visits Malaysia, something unexpected happens. They come for the food, the beaches, the skyscrapers, but they leave talking about the people. And not just in a casual, "Oh yeah, Malaysians were nice." No. They say it like a discovery, like they didn't know humans could be this warm. And today, we're diving into why Americans love Malaysian hospitality so much, and why it hits them on a whole different level. It usually starts the moment they land. An American walks into KLIA, still jet-lagged, still clutching their passport like it's their last lifeline, and suddenly someone says, "Hi. Welcome. Need help?" No pressure. No agenda. Just kindness. And that right there becomes their first mini culture shock, because in many big Western cities, people are polite, yes, but busy. In Malaysia, even strangers feel like they have time for you. But here's the twist Americans don't expect: Malaysian hospitality isn't something people do, it's something people are. It's built into the culture, layan tedama macam keluarga, treat guests like family. And Americans feel that instantly. They'll tell you, "I felt safe. I felt seen. I felt like I belonged." That's powerful. Let me ask you something: have you ever noticed how Malaysians apologize even when you bump into them? Americans find this adorable and confusing at the same time. They're like, "Wait, why are you sorry? I walked into you." It becomes one of their favorite stories to tell when they go home. 2 minutes in, let's check your attention. If you're Malaysian, what's the nicest thing you've ever done for a tourist without even thinking about it? Keep that answer in your mind. Now let's talk about food, because Americans are blown away by how Malaysians turn a simple meal into a full experience. In the US, if someone invites you for dinner, you get a plate. In Malaysia, you get 12 dishes, 3 drinks, a plastic bag of something to take home, and someone's auntie asking if you're hungry every 15 seconds. Americans don't even understand how Malaysians manage to feed them before they're hungry. It's like a sixth sense. And the moment that really gets them: when the bill comes. An American instinctively reaches for their wallet. A Malaysian instinctively grabs their hand and says, "No, no, no, you're a guest." That moment becomes a lifelong core memory. Here's a quick refocus question: what's the most Malaysian hospitality moment you've seen? Maybe it was offering a stranger an umbrella during rain. Maybe it was guiding someone who looked lost. Think about it. Another reason Americans fall in love with Malaysian hospitality is the multicultural magic. They see Malays, Chinese, Indians, Iban, Kadazan, and so many others living together, sharing festivals, respecting each other's traditions. An American experiencing open houses during Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, or Deepavali feels like they've stepped into a kindness multiverse. They can't believe how many homes they can walk into without anyone asking, "Why are you here?" Instead, they get a smile, food, and a seat. And here's a twist most Americans don't expect: Malaysians give directions like a story. Ask where something is and you'll hear, "Okay, you go straight, then got one big tree, then turn left, if you see the cat sleeping, you went too far." Americans love it because it feels personal, not robotic. Plus, Americans notice something subtle: Malaysians help without expecting anything in return. No tip. No awkwardness. No hidden meaning. Just pure warmth. That sincerity stands out in a world where so many interactions feel transactional. Another mini hook: do you remember the last time you helped a foreigner and didn't think twice about it? Americans remember those moments for years. Let's not forget the emotional comfort Malaysians create. Whether it's a Grab driver offering life advice, a Maxic recommending you drink warm water, or a random uncle telling you which nasi lemak is the real deal, Americans feel like they've gained 20 new relatives in a week. It's overwhelming in the best way. And here's something Malaysians should feel proud of: when global surveys list the friendliest countries, Malaysia often ranks high. Travelers consistently describe Malaysians as gentle, welcoming, respectful, and generous. Americans read these reviews, visit, and then say, "Yep, it's all true." Before we end, small question: if you could show an American one thing about Malaysian hospitality, what would it be? Americans love Malaysia not just because the country is beautiful, but because Malaysians make them feel like home. A home they didn't know they needed. And that feeling, that warmth, is why so many return, tell their friends, or even start calling Malaysia their second home. So if you're Malaysian watching this, be proud. The world sees your kindness, feels your sincerity, and remembers your hospitality long after they've left your shores. And if you've ever helped a tourist, smiled at a stranger, explained something patiently, invited someone to eat, or simply said, welcome, just know that someone out there still talks about that moment. And hey, if you enjoyed this, share your own Malaysian hospitality story in the comments. I'd honestly love to read them.